to find a compliment in everybody. You know, I love your lipstick. But I mean, because I know for me...
That's my only compliment I'm going to get?
No. Like,
the top is very good. You can go for the top as well. That's
you know,
a pretty
I could be
good
having
top.
a horrible day, and someone will say something. So what you're saying, like, you meet an ugly
you've got
person.
To admit, yeah, I know. I'm not. So ugly isn't a great example, but there is a thing with truth. I do feel truth needs to be graded because you grade murder. I talk about this in my stand-up, but murder 1 down to murder 2, murder 9, whatever you go to. Grade the lies, because Hitler saying that, you know, we're not killing the Jews and there's 6 million dead is let me finish on this, is a different thing to saying, did you park there and is that your car? No, it isn't my car, you know. They're sort of lying about double parking. They're different levels of lying.
A lie, whether it be a lie or an exaggeration, is disrespect to whoever you're exaggerating or lying to, because it's
quite
not
the opposite. It can be respect.
Oh, you're protecting reality.
Okay,
it's not respecting reality.
If Hitler comes to you in the middle of the Second World War and says, do you have any Jewish people in your house? And you do have. Would you lie to him? That would be a lie. That would be disrespectful to Hitler.
Good question, Eddie.
Can you say that again?
I don't think Hitler would personally function with you. But you know what? I believe that if I were in that situation...
Whoa. Answer the question.
I am. If I were in that situation, God would provide a way to do the right thing righteously. I believe that. And
God is not there. Hitler's there and you're there.
You never have to practice deception.
The only way out of it, apart from lying...
I believe that.
The only way out of it, apart from lying, would to be get a gun and shoot Hitler, and then you wouldn't have to lie.
No,
that would be
I don't think Bill
we cannot limit
Hillary the truth. He doesn't owe me the truth on that particular point.
Yes, he does, Jasmine, because you're an American citizen. Your taxes
I didn't vote for him because he doesn't screw around, though. I knew when I voted for him that he did.
Yeah,
but you know what, Jasmine? You know what, though? I respect that for you. I respect that. I respect that. You know what?
I voted for him for other things that he does.
And you know what, then, Jasmine? We should all have that same right to vote for him, knowing whether or not he's screwing around.
Well, then you got a lot of people to clean out on Capitol Hill. You're being very naive.
And I agree with you.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of alcoholics up there, too, and a lot of drug addicts.
I know exactly what's going on.
I hate this moral stand with one man and not with everybody else that's up there.
I think we all should be held... No, I'm not cleaning out one man.
I have to take a commercial. We'll come back to our show. All right, I guess we're talking about truth and its relativity, and you raised that interesting question about Hitler, which Christine couldn't really answer.
Yes, I did answer that.
Your answer was God will come to the door, too, and save you, which is silly.
No, that does seem to be dodging the question. How do you feel about transvestism? I mean, in your religion thing, because I do want to respect other people's point of views. I just don't necessarily agree with yours. But is it okay in your? Is it a religion thing? It's sold. Yeah, I don't.
Transvestites?
Yeah.
Well, I think you have to look on someone's heart. You know, I mean.
He's got lipstick on that,
to a certain extent, because at least I'm telling the truth. You know, this is being open and honest. And this is how I feel.
What about that?
Are you living with integrity? You know,
I'm living with fantastic integrity.
And a guy named Raul.
According to him.
Is that
a problem? Is my name RuPaul? No. I mean, it's a matter of what we do behind closed doors will be seen by God.
This is not a closed door.
No, wait, I'm not talking about the way you dress. I mean, our life needs to be consistent. And you brought up the point about, you know, people on Capitol Hill and all that stuff. Well, I agree. I think that as a leader, you are making a statement that I agree to live beyond reproach or above reproach.
Let me ask you this. Isn't one of the things the president is known for is that he should be a diplomat? And diplomacy, implicit in the word diplomacy, is shadings of the truth. When he meets the head of communist China or some enemy of ours, is he going to say, "It's very nice to meet you, sir," and that is parenthetically BS, or is he going to say, "You really piss me off"?
You don't have to be there's an appropriate...
It's called diplomacy.
And you know what the Bible talks about, that there's a time to speak and a time not to speak. But there is never a time to lie.
Well, not speaking can be the biggest lie. That is a lie of omission as opposed to commission. So that's
But that's not...
That itself is a lie, what you just said.
That, again, is with
You're a liar.
intention to...
Yeah.
That's with the intention to deceive. Is the intention to deceive?
Yes,
that's
of course. When you
mission.
leave something out, you can deceive.
Right,
more.
and that's my point. Is there's a time to just, politely refrain.
Well, I think there's a thing here in the government that we've got to update. The 60s did happen. It's 21st century, and I think he probably did inhale, and he does have relationships, and let's not say that there are the hellish things that they are. Let's all move up and say that a lot of people do it and lie about it, which is the thing that you would have against it. And I think we should bring that out into the open and say, actually, it's cool because in France they don't give a monkeys about that.
And you know what's going to happen?
Everyone's just chilling out about that. And I don't think the society will fall apart and everyone will become monsters from outer space.
If we, as a nation, accept that kind of moral standards of our leaders, then our country is going to fall apart. And you look at it
because it will save a lot of lying, and you hate lying. Yes, it will, because I think a lot of people are already doing it.
Now.
And these people are trying to do it, and they are trying to be honest about doing it. Now, I've got to finish on this. People are trying to be honest about doing it. And, because otherwise I won't get a word in edgeways. People are trying to be honest about it, and I think we should update the 21st century is just there, and let us be consistent with how people are actually behaving.
If we build a foundation
let me finish.
It's like time to be quiet as well. Weren't you saying that?
I just think people should be consistent, be open and honest about it, and then we wouldn't have to have the lying about the relationships. They could have an open relationship. I think they probably do have between Hillary and Bill.
My point is, if we as a nation accept that kind of morality, we're going to fall. If we accept that, and the
what do you mean other nations have accepted that morality and they have not fallen?
France is doing very well without falling, with meteors.
Speak now.
Well, no, I just want to say on that point.
The point that you brought up about other generations. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to do. The point that you brought up. Do we?
Do we? Do we have a second?
You're wasting my time. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, we all are?
I didn't mean it like that.
I'm sorry, let's all go.
We're about to take a break. Let me make my point. My point is, there are consequences to our action. And if we as a nation tolerate sin, generations to come will reap the effects of that. For example, we took the Bible and prayer out of public schools. Now we're having weekly shootings practically where
we sent the Haitians back. What about
wait a minute.
Yeah,
wait a minute.
That's
like
the
that everyone
connection.
should be Christian.
I think we're having weekly shootings because we sold pet rocks in department stores. That's the connection. It's not the fight.
We had the 60s sexual revolution, where there was just a sexual
now I really have to take a commercial, but we'll come back.
Join us tomorrow when our guests will be Florence Henderson, Larry Flint, Andrea Abbott, and Dan McVicker.
All right, so the report in the paper today was that they did the DNA testing on the infamous dress. We don't know what it is, but I'm sure the story will leak. But what if it comes back that... What if there's some... This story is so rife for double entendre. I don't even mean it. But what if it comes back and there's a DNA from like 8 people on it? What do they do then?
I don't think they should send the DNA results back until after Clinton testifies.
What if OJ is on it and Rehnquist?